In this puzzle, we are going to fill in product squares. So what that means is every square is going to be the product of any of the octagons that are touching it either laterally or horizontally or vertically, not diagonally. And we need to always fill in with a digit 1 through 9. And any row or column cannot contain more than one of the same number, but you could use it more than once in the puzzle itself. So for example, for that, if we look at this puzzle here, there's a 2 in this column, so we couldn't fill in another 2 here, and then that also means we couldn't put a 2 in that row. So let's take a look at this. So let's start with 72. So right now, 72 is touching this octagon, and this octagon. So those three numbers need to multiply together to be 72. So right now I have a 9 and a 4. 9 times 4 is 36. So I know that this octagon must be filled in with a 2. That then helps me find out what could happen with the 40. So 40 must be the product of these three octagons. And so 2 times 4 is 8, which means that must be a 5 right there. That also helps me figure out or double check that 10 is 5 times 2, and so that makes sense. So now I have the other octagons to deal with, which might be a little bit tougher. So let's look. 27 is touching a 9 and a blank. So 9 times 3 is 27. So we know that's where the 3 goes. And again, keep in mind, any row or column can only include one of the same number. So that's going to help us when we look at 18. Okay, so 18 can be 6 times 3, or it could be 9 times 2. So let's say it's 6 times 3. I'll use a different color here. So we can't put the 3 here and the 6 here, because then I would have 2 3s in this column. So I could put the 6 here and the 3 here. That could work. Okay. The other alternative would be doing 9 times 2. So if we did 9 times 2, we couldn't put the 2 here and the 9 here, because then we would have a 2 in this column. So if I switch this and I put the 9 here, or that was a row, excuse me. If I put the 9 here and the 2 here, now that row has a 9. So it turns out that 9 times 2 cannot work. So it's going to be 6 times 3. The 6 will go here, the 3 will go here. Our final square that we're filling in, or looking at, is 90. And so 90 has to be the product of this, 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 and this. So 3 times 6 is already 18. And 18 times 5 is 90. I can't put the 5 here because then I would have 2 5s in that row. So the 5 must go here. And of course, I will put a 1 here. So now I know that I have all of my numbers filled in. And if we scroll down, that should be the correct answer if you're looking at your paper. So that is how you do this product squares. Excuse me, yeah, product squares. So let's take a look at number 31. So what I would suggest, again, is to work with what you're given and then use that to help you fill in the rest. So for example, let's start with the 2. We have a 1 right here, and we know that 2 times 1 is 2, so the 2 must go there, which is the other number touching it. That then will help us with the 18, because we have a 2 here and a 3 here and a blank here. And so 3 times 2 is 6, and so 6 times 3 is 18, so that must be another 3. That's okay as long as I don't have the same number in the row, the same row, or same column. So if this is a puzzle that you want to try, keep working on number 31 or jump to another one.